Hi everyone, this is Carrick from Angry Centaur Gaming, and today I'm bringing you a review from the local field hospital because my balls were shot off. That's right, boys and girls, men and women, we're reviewing Elite Sniper 3, a game that has so purposely pigeonholed itself into a specific genre of shooter, its name is what it is. Elite Sniper 3 tells a tale of an aged Englishman who goes into battle with a group of other extraordinary men and women to battle an evil... Actually, wait, that's League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. No, Sniper tells a tale of one man, a man so fucking dangerous that he seems to take down, destroy, and deball an entire continent of bad guys single-handedly like a drunk Sarah Silverman. The dude reeks of awesome with the first cutscene showing him calmly putting his rifle together as bombs drop around him because like cool dudes walking away from explosions, there is no reason to hurry, regardless of the casuals who might die due to you needing to make sure your gun's stock has been wiped down. He walks the walk and talks the talk with an assortment of equipment and special skills that would make James Bond feel like Roger Moore next to him. The dude is a rock as he traipses through Africa like a fucking rhino evading a bath. And now I'm just hunkered down here waiting to see if he's come and sniper me because I changed the wording of the name of the game around on purpose. Nope. Guess he doesn't give a shit about that. Let's do this. Graphics are up first. Like the sweet twinkling stars you get in the back of your eyes when kicked in the royal jiggers, the game looks sparkly and flashy, even when it's basically based in a land that looks a bit like hell on earth and Kansas all at the same time. Actually, maybe they are the same thing, I don't know. The graphics effects are in full swing here with everything from depth of field to lens flare to the shimmering of heat off a bullet round as it enters, then exits an enemy's jaw. All solidly in place. The game looks great. In fact, I would say it easily looks the best of all the games, which it should since it's the newest one. But that is like kicking the face of another team's player in soccer. It's a rule that isn't always followed in some games. And then we come to sound, music, and voice. The sound is great. The sound of war envelops you with its cold, dead hands as you sneak up, shiv, run, gun, and occasionally fall to your death. Everything is sonically perfect and right where it needs to be. Excellent mixing throughout. Enough said. On to music. Well, in a game where you play a one-man gonad splicing machine, you can expect there to be some epic bits here and there. Without surprise, there is. It's not wonderful like Bach or Beethoven, but isn't Justin Bieber either. But just epic soaring bits that brings to mind eagles that shoot tanks out of their eyes that run on gas that's red, white, and blue. Excellent score throughout. Almost all of the different levels had their own musical feel to them. Just very well done. Up next is voice. Well, there actually is a good amount here, and the main character is voiced by someone who seems to have had his voice box replaced with an entire kitchen cupboard. I swear to shit, whales beach themselves when he talks, his voice is so low. But the bad guys yell and communicate to one another. Did you notice I separated yell and communicate into two different things? That's because you can cause total havoc in the enemy ranks by doing random things like hitting them in the swollen groin oranges with rocks, or shooting at them from various purchases. They scream like ninnies and then completely failberg right into your crosshairs. It is fucking perfection. The voice is just really well done. Gameplay is up next. Now, I've never seen a game so happily skipping and jumping into the environment and subject matter of metal to fleshy body part death as this game. Even somehow more so than its predecessors, Sniper takes aim at bullet cam and makes it bullet movie, with shots arcing in perfectly placed camera angles as they enter an enemy, roll up a bone, and shoot out somewhere else from the character's now flying through the air corpse. It is with such relish that the game goes about with killing that this could be almost like a 1980s cartoon with its own theme song. And that's not removing the fact that there are many more ways to kill, but let's go back to that in a moment first. So, the game starts out, you're Mr. Badass McSniper time, and cold-hearted man with a will of iron and balls made from that shit that Thor's hammer's made from, only Thor couldn't even pick this up if Anthony Hopkins whispered into his ball sack. You enter the theater of Africa, which is spelled with a K for killing, and you go to work. Though the game says you're there to work and save others, most of the game is you alone, except for the co-op and other missions. Much of it is a solo affair as you single-handedly out-Rambo John Rambo. At your general disposals, grenades and rocks and knives and guns and medkits and dynamite and more guns, and many which of those guns can be switched for others or transformed via customization into personal steel pipes of killing wickedness, just barely less lethal than taking a broadside from a WWII destroyer. And the game's fairly long, and with co-op and missions and the multiplayer, it's easily 12 to 14 hours, and that would be going through it fairly fast. With a plethora, that's a lot, of different choices on difficulties, you can adjust the game somewhat accordingly to the way you want to experience it, and then begin to hunt nuts. Because hunting nuts is what you do. As a one-man patriarchal tree-wrecking machine, I haven't laughed so hard in a long time. There's something so infantile and boyish about a kick to the nuts, and that is magnified by the sound and text payoffs you get when you lay one on here with a rifle. Every kind of killing is available as you work through the levels, sabotage trucks, lay claymores, and just scare the living bejesus out of the enemy. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if they made another game called Elite Runner, where you're one of those dudes and all your job is to do is just simply run from this killing machine that the Black Plague probably looks up to. So what do you really get with Sniper 3? You know, you get a game that's indeed about snipers, but also has a surprisingly long playthrough, a good number of ways to make it through levels, and some surprising co-op and multiplayer stuff thrown in. A game that's about one half bullet destruction porn and the other half the hilarity of nut shots on YouTube repeated. I rate games on a wait for sale, rent, or Ernestborg 9, the game. This is a buy. It's a long game, has a ton of replay value, has a ton of content, and is just overall hyper well done. The thing has almost single-handedly created its own genre and done so with relative ease and a deft touch. Well, maybe not a deft touch, but you get the point. So turn your heads and cough, brothers. This one is a keeper. So this is Carrick from Angry Centaur Gaming. If you liked the review, hit like. If you disliked it, hit dislike. If you want to subscribe or help us on Patreon, then feel free. Otherwise, always dress according to how you may die. Peace out, bitches.